I recently was reminded of a very important life lesson by a sheep. Stay with me. And by a sheep, I do mean an animal, the animal sheep. I've been working as a YouTube strategist on this channel for about a little over 2 years, and we recently hit a million subscribers. And as a part of sort of acknowledging the community and thanking them for their support, we wrote up this post. And one of the things we mentioned in this post was this joke where Justin and the team and myself have been able to generate over 50 million long form views, which is double the amount of sheep in New Zealand. There's a lot of sheep in New Zealand. I searched it up because I was like, really, Justin? And yeah, there's about 24, 25 million sheep in New Zealand. And when we were thinking of what post to make for this, like with this sort of text, we also wanted to include like a nice photo. And we were brainstorming some ideas for these photos. Me, the CEO, Michael, and Justin, we were all going around and we had like ideas such as maybe Justin in his office, maybe like, like you can see, like behind the scenes look into his office. That was potentially an option. Another option was having a photo of Justin and the entire team. And then another photo was like, Justin was like, hey, I've just made a joke about a sheep. Let me prove to my audience that there is that many sheep in New Zealand. I bet I could go actually, have a photo with a sheep. So the first question we asked Justin was like, hey, do you have a photo with a sheep in your camera roll? And he was like, no. But he was like, I think we should do it. And anyway, we settled on it. We're like, yeah, let's include a photo of Justin and a sheep in New Zealand. And then I sort of messaged Justin. I was like, he told me, he slacked me. He thought about it a little bit longer. He's like, hey, I'm going to get a photo with a sheep. And I was like, oh, lol. Then I was like, wait a minute. I had assumed that obviously like the sheep, it's very easy to find a sheep online. Justin is very good at photoshopping. He could Photoshop more than a sheep and make it look realistic. So a sheep would have been very easy. So I asked him, I was like, wait, are you physically going to go find a sheep? And he goes, yeah. And then in the end, he went around New Zealand, found some sheep and took a photo with them. And this is a conversation between me and him where he was like, I just need to go find a sheep. Shouldn't take that long. When he said shouldn't take that long, I was like, yeah, Photoshop shouldn't take that long, but why would he say that? So I was like, lol, sounds good. Are you physically going to find a sheep? He's like, yeah. And the reason I'm telling you this is that Justin going and finding that sheep sort of reminded me of the standard that he holds himself up to and the standard the entire I Can Study team and fortunately the people I've been able to surround myself with hold themselves up to. And it's the standard where these people are not looking to do the bare minimum. The way they start conversations, the way they think of how to execute stuff isn't like, what can I do to get away with? It is, what would be the best case scenario? What would be, in this case, it was like, what would be the best photo we could include? What would be the funniest that would, from a community perspective, the community would find hilarious, right? And Justin was like, hey, a photo of me and a sheep would the community would find hilarious. And when we talked about it, it makes sense that an actual photo of Justin with a sheep is much more funny. Of Justin, like, not even like indoor or at a zoo, but just in the wild. Like, there's just sheep in some like grasslands, and Justin is just there taking a photo with them. That, in this context, represented what the best outcome would be. And for Justin, it just meant getting that shit done. Like, whether it meant going and finding a sheep. And this was in the middle of the workday, and he is, a director, the co-founders of I Can Study. He is managing a team of 20, 30 employees, so like he's a busy dude, and in the middle of the day he was just going around finding sheep. And I thought about this, and I sort of abstracted this principle to many places in my life. For example, when I'm at the gym and I'm really tired and I know the right thing to do is, I'm already at the gym, is to make sure I finish that set, and I'm tired, I'm exhausted, but sometimes I'm like, man, I think I could get away by photoshopping the sheep. I can take the easy way out. I could take the bare minimum, right? But I think after I had this experience, it sort of reminded me that sometimes you just got to go out there and you got to actually go into the real world, even if it's not ideal, and try find a sheep, like a real one, and do things properly and do things to the highest of standards. And I thought about this a long time, and I started to see these tendencies in myself when I reflected that there were many domains and aspects of my life where I had been photoshopping the sheep. I had been taking the easier route. I hadn't been holding myself to the standard of excellence. Rather, I'd been holding myself to the standard of what can I get by with. And I realized like that is not aligned with who I want to be, and what is required for me to get to where I want to get to. So the message of this video is go out there and take a photo with a sheep. Thank you.